try and get a clear spot there. Did you hear that Mickey Mouse is going back to space? Yeah, he's looking for Pluto. All right. It's going to be one of those nights, huh?
What's up, guys? It is time for episode number 94 of the AFoOL podcast. We are slowly approaching 100, and we have got something specially planned for 100, but we don't know if we're going to get cooperation for our specially planned 100. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm Earl, and this over here is Joey.
No, wait. Oh, hey.
Oh, he's up there.
No, that's in the right spot.
Right,
we're in our Bricklink store, and Jabo has found peace of mind in his upstairs office.
I'm here.
He's upstairs, but he's down there.
What's going on, guys?
A lot going on since the last episode. Believe it or not.
There has been a lot going on. Man.
I know.
Where do we want to start with?
So the last thing we talked about before we got off, which was going online to get the Space Baby.
Space Babies.
And I didn't really think much about it. No big deal. Woke up Monday morning and I said, oh, it's time for me to, I guess, try to find something to buy. And the promo wasn't online.
Yeah.
What happened?
I guess I got them all. No, I got one. I didn't realize it was a VIP only for the first so many days.
It was only 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. So it started on, we filmed on Thursday. It went live at midnight that night, right?
Yeah. So Friday morning, yep.
And so there was an article that's on Sunday, it was taken offline.
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw that it was going to be extended. So I was like, I'll probably order something else. And I wasn't worried about it. I said, they must have plenty of them. They're going to be running this for 2 weeks. And plus, with such a high threshold, $200, $200. I'm like, surely they'll have a plenty of stock of those. And yeah, we were all wrong. I had, and the saddest thing of all is I had the Black Panther bust in my cart.
And now it's sold out.
I'm gonna have FOMO over the Black Panther. But I can only bought one.
None of us have FOMO over it because you've bought so many. Just we'll go to your store,
many, built none. I was holding out to get one. I was hoping I could get one more. Like maybe they would drop it.
Right.
Have you happened to check your store to see if they sell?
Oh no, I didn't call the store. I won't be anywhere near it anytime soon.
So I called Monday morning and they had them, and I asked if they would have enough if it was 3 or 4 hours before I got there, and she said, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. So I'm thinking that it probably went live in the stores Monday. So that's probably the only way you could get it was on Monday until they ran out.
I think when they do that, like it's a VIP only insider, whatever. I think in the stores you have to ask, or if you check out and you give them your card or something, that if they have them there, they'll give them to you. But I don't think they put them out to.
Well, they don't really put them out at all. They're kind of behind the counter and.
Well, but I mean, but usually you know that they're giving something away.
They usually have something on the door about what things are available if you're a VIP or not.
But, so you think they sent more to the stores, and maybe that's why
I don't think they were available in the stores till Monday.
Yeah,
so how many did your store tell you how many they had?
No, they didn't.
So I should maybe check my store. Just call up there, see if they got any.
So my plan was I was thinking about, well, like if I'm gonna have to go. Last time I was there, they still had a castle, so I said, well, maybe I'll go ahead and get the castle before they're gone. But fortunately, it was gone. So my next thing was what was it? What was the one you suggested, Joey?
El Dorado.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
I was gonna get that. They were sold out online and they didn't have it in the store. So then I was like, well, let's see what else I can come up with.
Wow.
So they managed to make it work where you're scrambling to find things to buy. Whereas if it coincided with like new releases, it'd be like easy.
Right.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They do.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got us. They got us. So what is it
Yeah,
currently?
I did.
going
I'm,
for
I mean,
on
I'm
Lego?
glad I held out for the Ninjago, whatever it was.
Or I should say, what's
I
it
had, that was the
currently?
only thing left for me to buy. Was
Yeah.
that?
Was that?
Yeah, because I got everything else that I want.
Did you ever get the Knight's Castle?
Yes, I got it when it was $300
Okay.
and
That's when I
double
should have
VIP
got
or
it.
whatever it was. And a
That's when
gift
I
with
should have
purchase.
got it.
So the cheapest buy it now on eBay right now is $57.50.
Wow.
There's several bids.
Makes you scared to open it.
Well,
Well,
I mean, I got
I
one.
do wish I'd gotten two. Did you get two, Joey?
I have one coming. I
Okay.
went to eBay and just bought another one.
I literally thought I had ordered two. And then I
Joey,
went back and looked at my orders. I'm like, oh, I've only placed one order.
Yeah.
Joey did one of those pre-buys from somebody on eBay.
Oh.
No, well, maybe, yeah. I mean, they could have had them in hand, but it shipped. It shipped pretty much the next day. But yeah, there it is. Everybody's seen it, I guess, by now. But
Yeah, I've heard it. A few people left comments on my video that they weren't excited about it because of the micro builds. I think it's pretty cool though.
I mean, here's the deal. For me, I ordered it. I should have done a haul video, and but it was one of those things. I just got home from work. The thing was sitting on the porch. I brought it in the house, and of course, Heather, my wife, she's like, what'd you get? More Lego? I said, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I opened it up.
Got it for you.
I did. So I opened it up and pulled her 2 Harry Potter sets out. She's like, oh, these are cool. She's looking at them and everything. And then I pulled my 2 out. She's like, well, what did you get? And I said, well, that's gift with purchase. I said, I get $200. And she kind of rolled her eyes. And she's, oh, yeah. So you used me as the excuse. Yeah, that kind of thing. So she took it to look at it. And she's like, oh, this is cute. Oh, this is really cute. She said, when are you building it? Wait a minute. You got things to build. Go build your stuff. So I went down that night and said, well, I'm not going to buy $200 worth of more stuff. And then it was, that's when I kind of figured out it was, you had said that it was gone. I was like, what? So I just got one on eBay. I thought they're going to go crazy price wise. They really haven't. $50-$60 is really kind of.
I'd be surprised if it gets up to $100 quick. I mean, surely they didn't make few of these. I think a lot of people just placed orders to get them.
Yes. What do you? It says I've not
Limited
really seen
edition?
them do that too often, unless it's something really.
I think didn't the train say limited edition?
Did it?
It's 7810 remake.
78.
You got a box of it nearby?
Not right by me, though. You got me on that one.
7810. Let me look what the box looks like.
Yeah. What was the new part?
What was the set number? I don't know the set number for it.
Oh, hang on. 40370.
Okay, let's look at the box. No, it doesn't say limited edition.
Just the 40 years.
40 years. I know I've seen that on something before.
I'm sure we have. It's not super common.
Wasn't on the you remember that when they had I guess it was a series. There was a pirate. There was a little box with a pirate minifig in it, and a little box with a classic spaceman in it. And they were promos. I had the one with the white spaceman.
Those were the Toys R Us, weren't they?
I don't remember. I thought they were Lego gift with purchases there.
Well, I think there were 2 groups of those, or 2 or 3 groups of those actually. I think like 2 times they did Toys R Us, but you're right. I think there was a series of them that were just VIP type giveaways.
Uh-huh.
They were just in my box in a box video not too long ago.
Yeah,
typing in the word limited edition is not useful.
No.
I just wonder if it's going to be re-released as a gift with purchase later on in the year, like they did with the was that the M-Tron one? Wasn't it the M-Tron?
Maybe.
It's not M-Tron. It was Blacktron.
Blacktron. It was a Blacktron. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was Blacktron. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the fact that it says limited edition is going to keep it from showing up at Target.
Oh.
I think, because that was my first thing, was it's like, oh, these are going to be, really cool, whatever. And everybody's going to spend the $200 and Lego's going to get everybody spend the $200, but then they're going to show up at Target next year for, whatever, $40 or something. But I don't think they will.
So if it had been a set on its own, what would it have cost?
How many pieces is it?
325. So
it probably would have been, probably would have been
25 maybe.
No,
It's over 30.
325. Yeah, I think it would have been over. It probably would have been at
Oh,
least
it's
30.
35. Yeah.
It would
It's
have
a
been
lot
at
of
least
small
30.
pieces.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
So it
be.
would have been at least $30. It probably would have been $29.99, possibly $34.99.
Well, it's a small box for $29.99. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tiny box.
Yeah, I thought it was bigger too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a great set. I'm glad I got one, but I guess they did. I mean, did they do right or did they do wrong? I mean, did they not make enough of them? I mean, because they could have got more people to buy more $200 worth of stuff if they had more of them.
So, well, first off, let me say thanks Microsoft or Microsoft. Gee whiz,
Microsoft,
thanks, Lego,
and
thanks,
Apple
Lego for keep doing this because this to me, I know that this doesn't appreciate. Not everybody appreciates this yellow box, the yellow stripe.
Yeah.
I do because it's my nostalgia. But let's go back to the Galaxy Explorer. Did they do right by it or not? Because that ended up in Walmart forever.
Well, still, you can buy it for $90 right now. Just
is that what it is? Okay,
it's $90. The Galaxy Explorer.
So they got to be continuing to make production of that, right? So maybe it is selling well.
Yeah.
Well, they were clearanced in all the stores, but I think it's because they overloaded all the stores.
Yeah, around the holidays.
Last year,
yeah. I don't know. I hope they continue. I think this stuff's pretty cool, really.
Well, look at all the gift with purchases that they've. This is the fourth one in that style, isn't it? It's at least a third. I think.
Yeah, you can take the castle ones and this and
yeah.
I mean, I hate that all the vintage throwbacks are behind a gift with purchase paywall, but I think they could do good as sets. But I can't complain. They're not bad gifts with purchases for sure.
No. And what are they? I think here's the thing too: is they're not flooding us with them too terrible. And
but they're also not selling out so quick that you can't get one if you're not.
Yeah, it seems to be up until this one. It seemed to have been pretty easy to get. If you wanted one, you should have been able to get it.
Yeah. I feel bad for the people that waited.
Yeah. But it also Earl's kind of made me think. Well, maybe there's a pretty decent supply of them in store.
Yeah,
we always think a lot about online purchases, but there's a lot of stuff goes through those stores.
My store usually runs out before they do online on most things. I've gone to the store and they've been out of the gift with purchase, but you could still get it online. That's happened several times.
See, I don't go to my store very often, so I've never been there on a day one, but I don't think very many things sell out on day one in my store. Because
I don't have a store to judge.
Hold on,
both my stores are 2 hours away. Louisville or St. Louis.
All right, the Bionicle thing ended.
Oh, did it end?
Yeah, $24,500 if you want to.
So let me pull that up. Let me pull that screen. You were watching it, huh?
Yeah, I was watching it. It had like 2 or 3 minutes left.
Wonder if Jason ended up buying it.
Let's see. Share screen. Share the window. Here we go.
I can't find it on Bricklink either, so nobody's cataloged it.
It's too. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to update this. The auction's over.
Okay, hang on.
So this was found in a Goodwill
in Pennsylvania. Apparently, it was with other jewelry and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the story read.
But yeah,
I mean, it looks a little worn.
And I don't know what he's meaning by it. Says the chain's not included. So did they find pictures of this with a chain and it's missing?
I think. I mean, they also said it doesn't have a magnet, doesn't stick to it. So I kind of think
it's gold. Gold is not
good.
Well, I think
a lot of things don't stick to brass. Probably doesn't stick to.
They might have said it didn't come with a chain because it is a charm.
It looks like it's a charm, yeah, and it looks like it has
maybe
a spot for a chain.
Yeah.
Plastic doesn't stick to a magnet either.
It doesn't stick to a magnet either. So
that just goes to show you that Shop Goodwill is not a secret anymore. Because if
Yeah.
if enough people found out to bid that much on that item,
Well, and did you read? This is the second time
Yeah.
that they've listed it. It went for $33,000 the first time, and whoever won the auction didn't pay. So that, shame on those people. But so here, okay, what the value of this? All right, so 24. What did we just say? $24,000. $24,000. Do you know what the current spot price of gold is? It's $2,000 an ounce for 24 karat gold, 99.9 or 99.9% pure.
This is
or-
26 point what grams? What is it?
It's
What did that
26
scale say?
grams. It's almost an ounce. It's almost an ounce,
Okay.
but it's almost an ounce of 14 karat gold.
Yeah. So it's
Which
not
is-
even pure gold.
Right. So it's $1,000. And I'm giving round numbers here, right?
Yeah.
So it's $1,000 an ounce. And this went for $24,000.
Somebody gonna melt it down.
yeah.
Yeah, they better not. That'd be like me opening the Metro liner.
Seems to me like you could get that actual mask at a Lego one and make you a mold and buy you some gold and melt it down and
Well,
It's got
yeah.
the box.
The
yeah.
box to me is cooler than anything. Where's the box picture go? Look at this box.
It's so worn out though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, now that I know that box exists, I'm
Is it
sure that's
20
just
years
a
old?
sticker.
When did this come out?
Oh, I don't know. I thought something wasn't 30 years ago. 30 years last.
No, it has to be between 25 and 10 years ago. Somewhere in that range.
So
It's in the article.
yeah, I don't have the article to pull up. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, yeah, so if you want to pay too much for Lego, go to shopgoodwill.com.
There ain't no doubt.
Also, I call shopgoodwill.com the bad Goodwill.
Okay.
There's another one that's the good Goodwill. And I'm not going to tell you what that one is.
The good, the good.
Yeah,
I think you've mentioned it before, but yeah,
Yeah.
the good Goodwill, they don't necessarily do auctions.
no, it's all buy it now, and
Buy it
it's
now.
well packed. Whereas this, they're probably going to put. I saw it was $4.99 for shipping.
To ship it, yeah.
They're going to stick it in an envelope. They're going to stick it in a non-padded envelope. No. They're going to wrap it in tape.
yeah.
Just wrap it in tape.
Put
the
a label
label
on it.
Yeah.
And don't think I'm being facetious because they have done that to stuff that I bought from them.
Oh man. What is the weight? Oh, so we jumped off into the.
Sorry, I just had to
No,
mention that
you're
in the middle of
fine. Yeah. Do we? Going back to this.
Yeah.
Our vault sets.
So you actually have the things that compare to these?
I have the things that compare to these. Yeah. So the first one, and this is according to Lego, based on the description that is on BrickTsar. BrickTsar is, I think their descriptions come from Lego's database. I don't know if it's a catalog entry or where they get that information. It may just be the information they have on their website. I don't know, but
Can't you just look at the sets and say which ones they look like?
well, can you?
That's
Sure.
Alpha. That's the one with the control center. That's
The Alpha.
That's pretty. That's pretty.
I would
there's only
agree.
one that has that
Is-
control center. Yeah,
I'd say that looks pretty good.
but is the
Pretty good.
rocket from this one also the rocket in the micro build? I guess so. Yeah, so that's that one. So there's 3
Uh-huh.
sets.
Yes.
And then the one with the big wheels. There's only one set that looks like that.
Oh, hang on. I almost threw it on the floor. Little vehicle, which is not in the micro build.
Oh, they didn't put the little vehicle in there.
No.
I would
Okay,
like
here
to
we
think how They
go.
would have done the vehicles.
Here we go.
Yeah. Now what's that one called? Gamma.
This is the 6950. This is mobile rocket transport.
Mobile rocket transport.
And I mean, this one has got all kinds of cool articulation
Yeah.
and the rocket launcher, and
The
you still
rocket.
can't get it
The
out.
rocket. Oh,
Wait, but it is loot. Hang on, you can do
you
this.
separate it, but
You can.
you can't launch it.
do my little
And that has
Jason.
yellow. That has yellow spaceman, right?
Yes. So this has.
They didn't have a micro yellow one in the set, though.
Don't have a micro yellow spaceman.
It's
Whoops.
just the white ones, right?
White and a
And
blue.
a blue one.
And a blue. We
Yeah.
already got the blue. So the
Yeah.
white's the new one.
So we need a yellow space guy, space baby. So this is really a cool set. I mean, you want to talk about a
I
lot
don't
of
have that one. I don't think. Nope.
Yeah, this one's cool.
I should have been collecting
it
plastic
turns.
space.
Dude, look at that. Look at that. Turns.
It's a Technic set.
Yeah, it kind of is Technic wheel. Oh no, I just dropped all the guns and the walkie-talkie.
And what's the other one? There's one other one.
There's one other one.
Smaller? Is it the smaller?
Yeah, and this one was.
mid-sized?
I guess there was a little bit of debate as to whether or not this was really it. But I mean,
No. Let me
That's
see the
what-
box. I was
Hang on,
thinking
there's a
it was
butter.
one of the. No.
that's what Lego says. 6803. 6803.
Wait. But then the micro build's almost the same size as
I
this.
know. I actually have that set.
It
It
is.
is not.
I thought this would have been looked to me more like the 18.8 not the shuttle. Hang on. Let me pull it up. Space theme. But dang it. It was not
Wow.
prepared for this.
Classic
Space.
Space.
Come on, classic space.
What was that pointed?
I thought, here we go. Hang on. I'm almost there. Just about. Where'd it go? There it is. 918. 918.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I know it's scaled way down from that. 918 or 487. They're the same set.
Same set. Yeah. That one.
That's what I thought it was.
See, to me, that looks more.
But
Like
it is
it-
an open build with the guy
Yeah.
sitting in it.
Yeah. But all
Mhm.
classic space
Yeah.
sets kind of look the same. So
You think?
what? I do. They look very similar.
And that's why we love them.
Yeah. But I had the 918. I almost brought it out, and then I saw the article.
It said
Or not the
6803.
6803. Yep. I mean, if you close one eye and squint with the other, I can see the resemblance.
It's like telling an artist what they were thinking when they made something.
Right.
So if they say that's what it is, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know who. This is. Where's it at? Description. This is where I'm getting it from, right there. Supposedly that's Lego's description. So
I don't
in
know.
fact, for this, I had brought out the other one. That what did we just say? 918, whatever it was. I brought it in here because I have that one.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring it in here, and then
I
I
would have
saw
done the
this,
same
and I was
thing.
like,
It's controversy. I love how they put the measurements. It has I mean, it's like they measure one thing on the set. The launch pad is 5.5 inches high. Yay! What does that
Yeah.
mean?
I don't know.
5
I
inches.
guess I could check on this set now.
Oh,
All right. Well,
there you go.
I like it. I
Oh,
like
look at the lifestyle picture there. Dang it.
That's right up Tripper Trek TV's alley right there. You and Jason and Alex.
The key is to have the set in focus and everything else blurry.
There you go.
It's harder than it looks.
Look, I guess it looks like in the picture that, yeah, it looks like the, yeah, I guess it does there too. It looks like the wheels are going to articulate a little bit too.
Well, it'd been nice if you'd built it for us.
I know.
You afraid to open it till the other one comes?
I am, because I'm afraid one of them's going to get crushed. At least this one I know is not crushed. And if the other one gets crushed, I will be crushed if I open this
Yeah.
one. So you're right. I should have I guess we could have waited and done this
Well, I
podcast an hour
can't.
before release.
I mean, I did have one myself. I could have built, I guess.
It ain't no big deal. It ain't no big deal. I think our viewers have probably seen it. If
Yeah.
not, mostly.
By now.
But did you get it? Did they get it?
That's right. Did they get it?
Did you get
Tell
it
us in the
online?
comments.
Did you find it in the store?
How did you get it?
When did you get it?
Yeah. All right. I think that exhausted our.
Are we done? Thank you for watching the AFoOL podcast. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another one.
That's the problem when we do. I do have to give props to Jason and Alex for doing that every week, because it is tough to get new.
I know, because we only do videos every other week, and they don't. So that means they'd have to do 2 videos trying to figure out something to say about us from one video.
Recapping our recap of the recap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you sure.
You did have breaking news today. The Black Panther bust is sold out.
It is sold out. Yes, that happened today, which was a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
A week and a half ago.
It was only on clearance for what, a year and a half?
Oh, is that just crazy? There's one they overproduced. Overproduced, and nobody would buy it.
I wish I could remember when it first went on sale.
Like the week after, it seemed like it went on sale right away.
Yeah,
it was. It was just not a selling. It just wasn't a seller. It's not. I don't know.
So you get you're going to Brick World, right?
I am. Anybody joining me?
Anybody? Think I'll be able to go to Brick World.
Crickets.
I know. I knew that it was. I have hopes that there's a few people.
Yeah.
In my orbits that I will run into. I know some people that are going. Is somebody's phone ringing?
Yeah, somebody has FaceTime video messaged me. I have to.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my!
It's spam.
I guess I have to send them an.
It's that kid.
I was gonna say, Chabo's guy found you.
You're watching the AFoOL podcast.
Yeah, he's a viewer. He's a viewer. When he watches it, he's gonna.
But yeah, I hope to find a few people. I know there's been people that Stacy was on the podcast. I think I haven't heard lately if she's going to go. But I know she had said she wanted to. I think Brick Adjuster's going for sure.
Yeah, he makes vacations out of them.
Sure. Yeah. I haven't heard I think Ryan's going to go. Is he not? M&R?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He'll go.
Are they in California or where are they at?
Who?
Ryan. Is that where he lives?
No, he lives in Florida.
Okay, that makes more sense because he's down there with the other.
He's got a thing going with Orlando Brick Company.
Yeah.
When they get past all their legal things to get open.
Oh, they're still not open?
Yeah, they just like fire marshal stuff and all that kind of good stuff to open a business. That's like, I think of stuff. I always think of the worst case scenarios, I guess, with things. But I remember they built the thing up here back when 2015 and 16, when I was doing really good on YouTube. They were building this little strip mall up here, and I was like, and I looked it up, and it was like $1,300 a month. And I was like, I can afford that. And I was like, I was going to make me a studio.
Oh,
but then and I was like, that'd be neat to have. Then I started thinking, okay, wait a minute. Then what about all the legal stuff? What about all the taxes? It's like I was like, I'm going to be making my life a lot more complicated. Well, then YouTube made my decision for me by tanking everything. But I thought it'd be nice to have a separate space. But yeah, when you have a building, especially if you have sales, I guess you got like liability and
there's all of the Yeah. If you let somebody walk into your
Yeah.
buildings, it's a store or whatever. Yeah, you have all kinds of liabilities that it's
Yeah.
yeah. It's not just like what you think. You just don't get to open something up. Well, you can.
That's what you dream about, just being able to do something. But then, yeah, it's like
The first lawyer that gets a hold of you, that dream's dead. So
and so I don't know why lately. I know I'm sorry, I'm shooting from the hip here. I've
isn't
seen
that what we do?
I have been not bombarded, but I've seen more and more things about people talking about something I've never been in. It's called a bricks and minifigs.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yes.
And I was like, how do these places stay in business?
I've never been in one either, but I mean, I understand their how it works. It's kind of like there's a certain they're opening one up in close to the Lego store actually, and I get how that works. I mean, they have to buy cheap because they have all the overhead. They have to pay employees, so it's not that they're ripping you off. It's just the business model they work off of. But like Alex says, is it makes no sense that people just go in there and just give it away.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So I had somebody was trying to build a tipper truck from their collection, and because they found the tipper, and then they just started trying to get the other pieces, and they got down. I think we mentioned this in the last video, last podcast.
No,
but
I think you just talked about it. I don't. Was it the?
was it on
podcast?
my channel? I
It
talked
was on
about.
your channel. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was
Okay,
on one
I
of your
don't
videos.
remember. When you make a video every day, you lose track of things. But they were down to all they needed was the windshield, and then they were like, "Will you sell me a windshield?" And I'm like, "There's like 100 people got a windshield for sale in the United States." I was like, "It's not that hard to find."
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they got the tipper. I mean, that's the piece right
Yeah,
there.
that's the hardest piece to get.
Or the 4x10 plate, but ain't terrible to get a hold of, is it?
No, you can find
Just wonder how-
all of the pieces. Just hard finding them all from somebody that has them in quantity and all of them
together. But there's a lot of people who have no idea about Bricklink. Even if they watch our videos and we talk about Bricklink, they probably still have never bought
No,
anything.
and
shopped with Bricklink.
the public doesn't have any clue about Bricklink.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that is an AFoOL thing, a fall thing.
Well, and you think with other toys, so we got a toy for my grandson. It's a little play center. It's got a little basketball hoop. It's got little activities. It's got a snack stand. It's got a scoreboard. And my daughter was driving down the road. And she saw one on the side of the road and somebody's garbage upside down. She was kind of sad.
Right.
But that's what happens to toys.
Yeah.
They play with them, they end their life, and then they go in the garbage.
Did I hear you correct? You said it has a snack stand?
A snack stand. It's got a little song, The Snack Stand is Open.
You said
we got to keep the podcast theme.
Yeah,
going.
I would start talking about vegetables and fruits like apples and watermelons.
Well, those still could be snacks. Those are healthy snacks.
They're healthy snacks. Let's bring the class this podcast up a little bit. Let's oranges and bananas.
Yeah, aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Oh man. So we don't have a Bricks and Minifigures, but there was a store that opened kind of at one of those strip malls around. We got a mall. Well, not my town, but in the town down the road in Evansville. But there was, I think, looking back, I think for like a hot minute, there was if it wasn't a Bricks and Minifigure, it was a very much so like a Bricks and Minifigure. I actually, me and my wife Heather, we drove by it, and we went in for like 30 seconds, like okay.
Well, I just see so many people that go in them regularly,
right?
All the time, and it's like, and they're like, "Oh, I need to go get some. I'll go up there to Bricks and Minifig and get it." I'm like, you're going to be paying way too much.
Well, that's one that's by my daughter's house in Indiana, in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. I mean, I went in there and I could look around for an hour. You see vintage sets, and I mean, you're not going to buy any because you just look at one. And the thing that gets me is they have like all these sets, and they're all out on a shelf, and they're all so you could touch them and feel them and pull them out, and look at the price and push them back, and you're getting all this box wear on it, and they're still
Right.
priced over. I mean, most of them are sealed, and they're priced over a sealed set that you could probably get on Bricklink or eBay, even
Right.
higher. They're like $20 higher than eBay or whatever. And it's all this shelfwares on it, and you're thinking, man, the more you getting all this shelfware on it, you're just depreciating it. And
Right. That's where I like Atlanta Brick Company, whatever it is, the one out there by you. They put theirs in those clear boxes.
Yeah, they protect the boxes. Even on the used ones, they'll do that. On some of the certified used ones, they'll protect them. And it's like, and then another thing you think, especially if it's a used set, it takes a lot of time to inventory a set. And that's why I said, sometimes I think, like me as an individual selling, I don't care if it took me 14 hours to inventory a set.
Right.
But I don't know how you could pay somebody
no
for all those hours to inventory.
Well, that's why they have so much, and that's why they only pay 30 to 40% of face value.
Yeah.
All right.
But I just wish I had the little area here, and it's like, okay, bring me your Lego sets, and I'll give you next to nothing for them.
I don't know. It's cool. I don't know that it's sustainable. Is banned.
Well, there's so many of them out there now.
Yeah,
right.
They're franchise.
I get it, but is it going to be a sustainable franchise?
Well, so I ran into the guy that owns the one that's in Georgia. He was a nice guy, but he's never at the store. He told me he just owns it. So I was like, well, I'll go. He won't be there. But my challenge is, can I go to a Bricks and Minifigure store and buy something and feel good about it? I know I could go and buy something.
Right. But okay, so I don't know how you want to look at this, but we're
looking at it from the wrong point of view.
Exactly. Yeah. We are, right? Because we know what we can do in Bricklink. We know, yes, we know.
Well, right? I mean, just look, there are people who get on eBay all the time and buy from eBay, and they don't know that you can search and hit sold and complete it to see the going, what they've sold for recently. There's people who don't even know that, and they use eBay every day. Yeah. So I mean, I get how people don't know any better. It's just like somebody selling at a garage sale for pennies on a dollar,
Right.
They're just, instead of having a garage sale, just, it's either throw it in the trash or go get something for it. They don't know what really the value of it or anything.
But, that's just kind of how this collector's economy works, though. If everybody wanted top dollar for everything, then nothing would move.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So,
I don't know. There's people paying $20,000 for a gold mask.
Bionicle mask. Oh my goodness.
Well, somebody has bid that. Let's see if it gets paid for. I'm gonna keep that bookmarked.
I don't know how to tell if it. Well, you'll know if it gets relisted again.
Right. I guess I would have had to log in and favored it and see if it.
I have it favored.
Okay.
But I just don't. So I bid on something on that website, and I normally go through and I check to see what the shipping is, because it'll be all over the place. It'll be like $10 to $50. You never know what the shipping's going to be, and so I always like to see what the shipping. Well, this one I didn't, and I wasn't worried about it because I just set a low price. I won because I was the only one that bid on it.
Oh,
and then
no.
it was pickup only in like Michigan.
Oh no!
Like, oh man! So I messaged them. And I was like, sorry, I did not see that this was pickup only. and they immediately. I don't think it caused me a negative thing with Goodwill, but yeah, that was embarrassing.
Was it that big or
It would have been expensive to ship,
yeah?
but they could have shipped it. I mean, I've bought things that came in bigger boxes. In fact, I don't even remember what it was. I had to go. Let me while we're talking. Maybe I'll go see.
Was it recent? Was it recently?
It was in the last few months, so it should still be on my completed auctions.
Yeah.
Let's see what it was. Probably nothing exciting. Closed auctions. Go. Let's see. Auction lost. Auction lost.
You want the one auction canceled or won and then canceled?
I got that one. I wonder what it will say that canceled.
See, I ordered some. I won some shelves.
Got that one
from. Well, I didn't win the. It was a buy it now type deal on eBay, and it's those yellow and red Lego shelves. They're on little wheels. I don't know. I think they were in the stores, and the lady said it's going to be pickup only. And I contacted her and I said, "Hey, this will break down into a box. If you take them to the UPS store, they'll box it for you, and I'll pay that, whatever it is." I said, they can contact me directly, or you tell me what it is, get a quote, and I'll give you the extra money. I just, no big deal. So she said, "Fine, I'll do it." And she took them to the Lego store, not the Lego store. She took them to the UPS store, and it ended up costing me a couple $100 in shipping and packing fees. It was astronomical. And then when it got here, it was packed in the worst. Where they got me was the girth.
My goodness!
Because they left it together.
Yeah.
And took it apart in like big sections. So yeah, it was like two sections or one section was like, I can't even get the whole screen. It was huge. And then 2 or 3 boxes of it. I was like, you guys realize these all pop apart and the little post lay in between, and the thing would have only been like this high and weighed 20 pounds or something. But it was
so the UPS store is the worst place to take something and buy shipping. It's the worst place. In fact, I got a haul I bought from this guy, and he took it to the UPS store. I would say, man, it probably would have been cheaper for me to mail him a box.
So there was a lady. I had to go to the post office the other day, so I'm in line. I got my packages. They're all pre-labeled, waiting in line patiently. Lady goes up to the counter, about 4 people in front of me, and she's got something at the post office that she needs to return. And she asked the guy, she says, "I need a box." And the guy says, "Well, you have to get a box over there and buy one." He says, "Get one of the big padded envelopes." So she's got to pay for the envelope. Then she goes to put it in there, and she's like wanting him to fill it out. And I'm thinking, lady, have you ever seen the package before in your life?
Yeah.
Right.
So back in the early days of eBay, that was every time I went to the post office. Now, so back before I had printers that would print the labels, I had to fill out. I hand wrote the address, and I'm talking like 2000, 2005, that time period. And I would, once everybody mailed me their payment, but it was nice because you had like a week to get everything. Once the item sold, you had to wait for the payment to come. So you had like a week to pack it up and get it ready. And so I would have everything ready. And then when the money orders would come, I would carry them into the post office. But I was always ready. Like I had to buy the postage there, but like everything was filled out correctly. I knew I got in an argument with one of the postal workers one time because she was measuring the box wrong. I was like, I know she measured one dimension twice, and I'm like, that's not what the girth is.
Right.
It's not the width around all sides added together. And so I ended up having to take that box back. But I would go in so many times to be somebody with, here I am with sometimes 10 to 15 packages.
Right.
And then somebody with one package, label not filled out.
Right.
Don't have a box. And most of the time they would send them off to the side, you know.
Yeah, that's what they
Right.
do.
Yeah.
And and she's just standing there, and it's like he said, "Well, stay over there and fill it out. You don't have to get back in line. You can come right back to me." And she's just standing there looking at him like, okay, and holding her phone. So where does this go?
Oh my God. I mean, I can understand if you've never done anything,
Right.
but maybe look it up before you go. I mean, how do people not know how to fill out an address label?
I don't know. I took I think it was 3 bubble mailers in the other day, and I was going to the post office. I needed to check the post office box because I knew I was expecting something. So I went in there, I checked the post office boxes, and nothing was in there. And there's like 3 people in line already. And I was like, okay. The first guy got up there, bought some stamps, and it went pretty quick. I thought, okay, great. The next guy got up there, and he had a change of life card or something. I don't know. They're trying to walk him through this, and of course he wasn't in state, and it was, but you're in Posey County versus Vander. Oh, it was like I just kept going and kept going. 2 people behind me, and I finally, and they have a drop because I had everything ready, right? I just wanted to hand it to them and walk out, and because they'll scan it and say it's good or not good or whatever, and I'm kind of, I know them, so it's just like, hey, how's it going thing. But this was just dragging on and dragging on. I'm thinking, can I just lay it on the counter? You guys know me. And then finally, I just turned around because they have a drop envelope thing, that you're supposed to put, and it says envelopes only, big sign, and it says don't use it. And I even asked them once before. I said, well, why can't I just drop them in there? She said the box is a little bitty on the other side. She said if you drop something in there, she said it stops up the box, and then they get mad in the back. And I was like, whatever. So I turned around, I opened it up, I threw them in, and went wham real hard. She looked up, and she's like, she knew. Like, you can go get that if you want.
So there's a thing. If you do enough, we don't do enough volume, but you can have the post office come pick it up. Sometimes multiple times a day, even.
Well,
at your house.
They will pick it up out of my mailbox.
Mine, if I just have 1 or 2 bubble mailers, they'll go in the mailbox. But if I have a few, I actually have a pharmacy across the street from where I work, and they have a postal drop. They have a postal service at the pharmacy, so I'm able just to run into that pharmacy. But I have to go to the post office when that place is closed, or if I'm home, the post office is closer, or on the weekends or something.
How many people forgot it was President's Day on Monday, the 19th?
Oh, I knew it was. My wife was off work, so I knew it was President's Day.
I had 7 packages. I printed the wrong date, but it don't matter. They'll still take it.
I had one. So I live in Hammond, which is it's kind of crazy because I'm in the Ponchatoula School District. I'm on the outskirts of Hammond, so I'm in the Ponchatoula School District, but the Springfield school is closer to my house than the Ponchatoula school. And if I had a home residence phone number, which I don't anymore, the area code would be Springfield. So I'm kind of like in the. So one time I had packages, and it was in Ponchatoula, and my address is a Hammond address. So I'm dropping them off at the Ponchatoula post office, and the lady says, she looked at me and she says, "You live in Hammond. You really should bring these to the Hammond post office." What difference does it make?
So that's why I changed the zip code. Like my zip code is different for the house than it is for the post office that I go to. So they explained it to me that they get credit for the packages. So if you put the zip code for another post office, but you drop it off there, they're handling the mail. And they can take it, but they're handling the mail, and they're not getting their credit. So that's why I always, and I've had a couple of times where I messed up and I put the wrong zip code. I mean, I have it by default. It's always going to be the one here, and I went in there. I printed the wrong. It's usually when I do eBay stuff, I would forget, and they're like, "Don't worry about it."
I just want to let Jason know. Jason, my printer crapped out on me. I had to go buy a new printer.
Oh wow!
I hooked it up, and it's working like it. I got it singing over here. It's working so good. I even printed from my phone, Jason. So
you can print from your phone. Awesome!
Wow.
So yeah, my printer got an error message. I couldn't fix it, so I was like, I mean, you could buy a printer for the price of 2 ink cartridges.
I was getting ready to say. new printer for just
Yeah,
the cost
and
of
that's where
ink.
the money is in the ink cartridges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talking about addresses and shipping from the wrong place, my daughter, when she was in high school, went to New York, and you know, you can't, and they flew. So it was the high school choir, and they flew, and you can't have liquids. You know, there's so many ounces and all this.
Yeah.
And that. Of course, this was a group of like 8 girls. And so I told my daughter, she's like, I can't get my shampoo and this and that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I said, I'll mail it to you. She's like, what? I said, I'll get the address of the hotel and I'll mail it to you before you guys leave. I said, if you have any of your friends that want something mailed too, I said, just make sure that whatever they do, put it in a Ziploc bag if it's liquidy and it doesn't sound like it's shakeable liquidy, because the post office will get kind of icky about it or whatever. But so I had 2 or 3 of the girls had their stuff. It was shampoos and conditioners and I don't know what all. I didn't look, but I didn't take account because it's high school girls. So I put it all in there, and I got one of those cheap rolls of shipping tape, it's just a dispenser, and it's kind of a throwaway thing. I threw it away, and then I printed a label coming from New York City back home, and I put it in the label. And I told her, I said, when you guys are getting ready to leave, I said, just put all your crap that you want back in there, tape it up, put the label on it, hand it to the front desk at the hotel, and they'll take care of it. And they did, and it all came
Oh,
back.
wow.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah, I'm sure I violated some.
So you pre-bought the label. You pre-bought the label like a week
early, yeah. And I think it asks you when you're gonna ship it or something. But I never thought about the return address. I think I made the return address my mom's address or something, and then it came to our house, or maybe it was one of the girls or something. So it didn't have my house as the return, and they don't like that. If you put your return address as the same as you're shipping to, they don't like that. So, but anyway, I thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, back in the olden days, not put a stamp on it, but put the wrong address.
Right? Yeah. The return address is where you really want it to go to. Yeah.
Oh, the things you do to save a quarter.
So let me ask you a Bricklink question, Jabo. I've got. I just picked up 5 of a set today. Got it real cheap. I thought it was 40% off. It was actually 50% off. So I got it for $9. It parts out for. I think it parts out for 50 something, almost $60.
Oh, that's like 4 or 5 or 6 times.
Yeah,
more.
but I'm sure that some of it is in the minifigs.
Uh-huh.
However, the minifigs aren't popular minifigs that are going to sell fast. So is it better to part the minifigs out, or to just let them sit in your store?
Are they generic minifigs?
No, they're Wakanda.
Oh, they're Wakanda.
Yeah.
Those I don't know. There's a reason those don't sell good. You might. I mean, just look at. Say, does anybody want this hair? But the problem would be usually with the torsos and the legs. Maybe people don't want them, so they might be better just to list them as a minifig. Those are something currently they don't sell, the Wakanda stuff
for whatever reason. I mean,
but 10 years from now it'll sell.
Yeah, that's kind of.
But yeah, you have to think about it. Sometimes I'll do like half of them if I'm not sure.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking I was going to keep 3 together and part 2 out and see if.
Yeah, and then if the parts start selling, then you can always part out the whole ones later.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for I don't have any. I wonder. I did some of the Wakanda. I think I parted them into pieces because I don't see any of them in my superhero minifigure thing. So
yeah, most time if it's a generic minifigure, I'll part it out.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I did with the Friends apartment. I did half. I did a lot. I got a lot of whole minifigures and a lot of parts in that one because I bought.
So did your Chandler sell fast after Matthew Perry?
I got the prices high, so no, nothing's.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It was like I had that Target Lloyd DX, and they're trying to get me to come down on the price, but and there's only 3 people who got a cheaper price than me. I'm like, I'm not going to lower it.
Do you ever have stuff you put in your store that you think is going to sell fast and then it doesn't? It sits. And then other stuff that sells that surprises you, like you were talking about those blue water pieces that you, when you sell them, you kind of feel bad because you sold them.
And the other thing is, yeah. Yeah, I've had regrets on some sales, but hey, when I put it in there, I was happy. So
Right. Yeah.
But the thing that surprised me recently is the resurgence of Bionicle and Hero Factory, because I will get sometimes multiple orders in a day that have a lot of Bionicle parts in them. So it's like, wow, this stuff actually is
Right.
it's selling.
Huh. Bionicle, yeah. Is it? You think it's collectors or just new people finding it?
I think it's people that are army building.
Oh,
because I went to when I went to Atlanta BrickCon, there's this kid. He had like 4 tables of Hero Factory custom builds that he made. It's like crazy amount of. It's like huge.
See, it's between you and the clone trooper guys. You're army building. You're getting all these other people into army building.
Yeah.
So is Atlanta BrickCon, is it going to be the new Brick World? Is it going to?
No, I think it's going to be the new BrickFest.
Oh no. Well,
they sent me a thing about like 10 different things. I was like, those are going to be different, I think. All these other little things.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be.
You don't think they're going to be able to keep growing it?
Because the other ones are called a fan expo.
Right.
Not a convention.
Right. Well, Brick World has fan expos if you want to.
Okay.
But Brick World Chicago is the only one that's a convention.
Yeah.
For Brick World. But yeah, I thought that Atlanta BrickCon was trying to be pretty big.
Maybe they are.
Man, you didn't feel it though?
No, but I mean,
well, they spent a lot of
I'll
effort.
say this: Brick Fair, Alabama was better. I mean, there's hands down, and then Brick Fair, Alabama was the worst of the Brick Fairs.
Brick Fairs.
Was it a full event, or was there a lot of open space?
No. In that sense, it wasn't bad. I'm just saying there's as an exhibitor, there's things they could do to make it better, but they're learning.
Yeah,
I think Todd's just so good at it.
Todd's definitely done it for. Yeah, he's done. Yeah,
and I think they're wanting to be that good. And they did have some things that I shouldn't say it was. It wasn't bad, but there's room for improvement.
Yeah. See, I've been to Brick Fair, Alabama. Okay, so that's my Brick Fair experience. And to me, we went back, we went twice. We go 3 times, twice, whatever we went. And me and Heather enjoyed it. We really did. But it's still not the same as
Brick
going
World.
to like Brick World. Brick World is
there's
crazy.
different levels.
Yeah.
But see, when you get to that scale, you got to have some kind of organization. And this is where Atlanta BrickCon, they have got to come up with some kind of online thing, because there was a lot of confusion, like where people were setting up their stuff. It's like, where am I? I see my name there. And then I told the dudes, like, I'll move wherever. Don't worry about me. All I got to do is pick up this truck and go. But it's like, yeah, there was some organizational things as they gotten bigger. And then also, like, with the activities, there weren't many of them. And then it's like, you look at the paper thing. That's all you had was the paper.
Yeah.
There's no online thing. You couldn't go register online, things like that.
Right. Yeah. Brick World has a lot of that where you have the online registration stuff. Now that's also, to me, it's a double-edged sword, because they've switched over to that C events and I don't like it, but I'm just an old guy. So I really don't
change.
Yeah, really stay off my lawn. I don't like change. But they do have a lot of cool events or activities, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of these kids, it's changed too, because it's the influencers, and I'm not going to say this, I'm not meaning this detrimental, but like people like Ryan's age, right? Where you got a lot of that kind of energy and stuff. I think they do a lot of stuff that's just not really even part of the convention. The convention's just a thing happening, and they buzz through a few times and make their appearances, especially on.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. The influencers were, other than the ones that actually brought stuff, like
Right.
there's some of the young guys. I don't remember all their names, but
Yeah, that's fine.
one of them was on Lego Masters briefly. I think he brought some stuff, and
The Tims.
yeah, and the Tims are like real people.
Yeah.
They're not.
Well, yeah.
They're not influencers. Like when I say influencers, I'm talking about the people that are in it for the YouTubes and
The unit for the
TikTok.
YouTubes. Yes, exactly.
And
Yeah.
and it's like maybe I'm in that group, but
Well, I
I'm
would
not.
say, yeah, I was going to say a lot of people would say all three of us are in that group.
Yeah.
Although I don't consider myself an influencer.
But so I had a snarky comment from one of my subscribers on the video I did about the feature in some of the Peach Lug stuff.
Okay.
Like how they weren't real impressive.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, it's like one of those comments where I was like, I should probably just delete it and just go on because it is somebody who subscribed to my channel. But I was like, okay, these people paid to come to the show. They're coming because they want to come to the show.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice people. I enjoy talking to them. They're cool and they're having fun and they interact with the public. They talk to the public.
Mm-hmm.
The influencers are like celebrities.
Yes.
They do interact, but it's like they're more there about me than about the brick.
It is you can definitely see the difference in the way they act and talk and do. And not all of them are bad.
Not all of them are. No.
It's just a different Ryan, I've said it before. I know you said it last time. He seems to always I don't want to say he's working the crowd, but he is always so
he's in the trenches.
Yeah. And he's nice. He's signing things. He always seems, and I've seen other people who are just as popular, famous, influencery, and you have a hard time getting them to say hi, bye, or boo to you, Yeah. But then there was a kid at Brick World last year when me and Heather went, and he had this great little train. I wish I remember what it was. And it was him and his mom. And they sat at a table and they had this train. It was probably like a 10 wide. It was big. But it would still run on the track, and he worked and piddled with that thing, and he's a rivet counter. But he had so many kids, so many people come up and talk to him because it was really impressive looking, and he really wanted to talk about his mock, and his mom was talking, and it's one of those moments like, this is really what people who come to like Brick World and want to show their stuff off to people. This is the kind of interaction that I like to see. We went and I interviewed the kid a little bit, and we even gave him one of our little BrickTrain award things because I was impressed, because it's like, dude, this is awesome. You've done it.
And I like that kind of stuff. And I think Todd with Brick Fair, he was like, we're not employees of Brick Fair. We're paying to go, but he did encourage people to like interact with the public. But he also understood you got to have breaks from the public. You can't just sit there all day. So he'd always set up spaces where you could go to get away for a bit and has a little bit of privacy. But it's like, so there's got to be a balance there.
Yeah.
But I just thought the criticism is like, they made the effort to go. Yes, it might not be something that would ever be made to the quality of a Lego set or a master builder set, but these are fans of Lego that have loved the hobby. Some of these people just started. Am I going to tear them down when I hardly do anything? It's like, no.
But even if you did do something, it wouldn't be. The thing is not to tear them down.
Right.
Encourage. It's encourage.
If I'm going to tear something down, it's going to be somebody trying to sell me something.
Yeah.
If you're going to try to sell me your thing, then I can start criticizing it.
Yeah.
That's there's people who are just negative.
Yeah.
There's always something wrong with that, and mine is always better than yours. And
Well, and see, this is okay. So that can be a huge deterrent from people even wanting to come and bring something because, well,
Right.
how can I compare to this other person? And I don't want people to ever feel like that.
No, you shouldn't feel like that. And trust me, I am in that camp. I went the first year that me and Heather went, and I took some of my first mocks, train mocks, and my little Western layout. And I'm going to tell you, my little Western layout, I still am super proud of that little display that I did. It was small.
So
But
did you get the general store you have to put in it?
Yeah, no. But when I look at what Tim did, I was like, oh my gosh, so cool, so much better. And you shouldn't really compete against you're competing against yourself, but I haven't taken anything back, and I haven't. But I would encourage everybody to do that. And I got nobody.
I thought you said you didn't take stuff back because of the hassle and the.
Well, that's part of it. There's absolutely, but I mean, there's no doubt that the hassle is a big chunk of it. But it's, I guess my thing though is there was a guy that they have a brick master each year, and had the best mock or best display or whatever. So the guy, how does that work? The guy from the previous year is kind of like the guy this year. At any rate, it's kind of where these tokens got started, but they would leave a little something. They would build a little something, and they would put them in the models or in the mocks and on the tables and stuff, beside the stuff that they really kind of liked. And a lot of times it was really there was a lot of them. It wasn't like there was just like 5 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
I think, they would do hundreds of them, and they put them out. And that year my stuff didn't have, and I didn't expect it. Right.
Yeah.
But it was funny. The guy beside me, he didn't get one either. And he kept saying, just go ask him. He'll give you one, because I went up there and I asked him for one. He gave me one. But the thing is, literally 5-6 years later, my Western had a little teepee section, had a little corner, the old teepees, and had a little corner. And I broke that set. I broke those teepee. I broke it. Literally, I broke it with my arm and broke the teepee because they were really fragile, right? I picked it up. So I'm going to order these new parts. And so I picked it up. And lo and behold, there was one of those little trophies that guy gave out that year in the teepee.
Oh, he hid it.
Wow. Years later.
And that was kind of his thing, is he would try to hide it in the thing.
Yeah.
He just hid it too good that it stayed gone. It got packed up, moved twice.
That's funny.
To a train show.
Yeah.
So never think that your stuff isn't worthy. But I saw little kids at Brick World one year. They obviously didn't know the concept. The parents didn't know the concept. These guys had just all kinds of little stuff, and they had it looked like they just brought their bedroom and set it up on the table and played. Yeah. What the heck? I mean, it was fine, but it was a 6-year-old, or whatever. And he just had little things. Not quite as cool as the guy that put it the worm, right? The one.
Oh, that was the girl that did the worm.
The girl. Okay. Yeah.
Worm.
The worm. Classic. Love it.
Yeah, I did the that's what I did at Brick Fair, the one-piece mocks.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, at least it's creative. It's cool.
So yeah, come to any brick convention. Bring your stuff. Don't worry about it. And remember, it's just it's interacting with other people, whether it be people that have just come in to see the stuff or other builders, creators. And you can have fun. You don't need to feel bad that you didn't build Hiroshima City or whatever that place is.
Right. Yeah. You didn't build it along with 100 other people that were working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Earl, how many comments do we got? Because it's only been.
Well, let's talk about the survey first.
Okay, let's talk about it. I need to look it up.
Yes, you do. And Jason said you could schedule it. So
yeah, he's right.
He's right.
Let's see. Posts. Where is this survey? Is it? Have you ever bought Lego?
Is that the last one we did, or did
That's
we forget
what it looks like.
Have we talked about that one already?
I don't think so. The one before it was AFoOL podcaster. How many Lego trains do you have?
Okay, so
We
all
did
right,
that
so
one.
so this one falls in line with the gift with purchase today.
Okay.
Perfect timing.
Oh,
Did
okay.
you
I see it.
post it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he posted it.
Yeah, it's got 92 votes. So, have you ever bought Lego you didn't want just to get the gift with purchase? And let's see, the lowest one, 10%, was all of the time. 11% was I'll just buy it on eBay. Oh, I did that. 27% of the people said no way, that ain't free. And 52% was right on the fence with sometimes.
Well, I guess it
You know what?
depends.
This poll threw me because I click sometimes,
Okay.
but I think it is all of the time.
Yeah.
I think I lied.
Okay. Well, do we have a poll that I need to schedule for
Well,
next time?
I just thought of one
Okay.
because Alex and Jason were talking about Mr. Gold.
Oh, yeah.
So, and they brought me it and mentioned me because
Oh yeah,
because I just paid $55 for a Iron Man figure.
Right.
Alex never
So-
paid more than $17 for anything.
Yeah. So, what's the most you would pay or have paid for a Lego minifig?
Okay.
And then we just need to come up with some price increments, like $10,
So what are we gonna do?
10
Like
or
a dollar?
less.
10 or less.
11
Whoops.
to 20, 11 to 25,
How many choices do you get?
4.
I think you do more 4, but 4 is the amount of the default. 10 or less, 20, 25 or less.
I don't know.
10 or 10 to 20.
No.
I think
Okay.
25 is probably.
Y'all
Well, you know mine. You know what I just did.
Yeah.
But I want to
no.
hear what you two have done.
What is the most I've ever paid for? So it would have to be
does the train
German.
count as a minifigure?
No. I'm trying to think. It would either
Well, the
be
Metroliner had pigs in it.
yeah. It would have to be the German soccer team.
Okay.
And some of those were probably I think some of those were like $18 to $20.
Oh.
Well,
That's-
I know. I'm not buying a Mr. Gold or
Well,
a
that's not bad.
Yeah.
mask, but I'm trying to think what other. I don't know of any minifigure. I probably got some expensive ones laying around.
Yeah, you may have some that are worth 3
Yeah,
figures now.
You have you have
But
a
you didn't. You
Spider-Man
bought them
that
in the sets.
you have a
So I'm trying to
Spider-Man
think.
that's almost 3 figures just floating around your city waiting for it to go to lose.
I still need to go see what that Boba Fett is. If that's at Cloud City, I don't think it is. But how much is the Santa Fe Super Chief train engineers? Aren't they kind of expensive? No. Okay.
No, I think they're common. I'll look it up. I don't want to speak incorrectly.
I just don't know that I've. Yeah, it's got to be because the German ones are the ones that I waited the longest for.
So you're saying you've never paid more than $18 for a figure?
If
You're
I
like
did,
Alex.
I don't know what it would have been because it's.
Have you ever put
I get
together?
all.
Well, the thing would be, have you ever parted together a set and needed? But see, you don't part together Star Wars sets or Marvels or
Not Star Wars or set,
Oh,
but I
that
have.
modular. Some of the modular ones might.
Yeah, I have done it for like the adventurers. I've like bought 2 sets to get enough parts to make one. That one cowboy set, or not cowboy, castle. Oh, I never thought about it. Castle. I did buy a few of those knights. What are they going for? But they're still not going to be much
And
more.
what did you pay for them?
But that's no, I would have bought, they would have been like recently in the last couple years. So it would have been whatever the current running price is, but that's still not much more than like $20.
Yeah.
So I'm still saying that $20 range is where I've probably been. Like all my CMFs, other than the German soccer team, all my CMFs, I get them when they come out retail. So I buy them retail.
I think I paid $30 for a Technic figure.
Okay.
I bought a Captain America from Kevin for $400.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I did that more to support Kevin.
Yeah. No,
And
I
it was
get
less than the market price at the time. And I traded a Vestas windmill for a Kids Fest, which is even rarer, an even rarer minifigure. That's a $400. I said I could have sold for $400 at the time. I traded for a minifigure.
I traded a Velma once.
That's at least
You
$100.
traded for one, or you traded one away?
No, I traded for one. You know who I got it from?
Was from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
All
you
right,
got,
so
It was
you
in the
got that.
set.
I was about to say you got that in the set.
Yeah.
that influencer pack, do you still have everything?
Everything
from
you sent me, plus I put the set that you took out.
Yeah,
in
so I
it.
kept the
I
Mr.
tell you what,
Minifigs.
that
Yeah.
is those sets alone are pricey.
Are
Put
they?
them in that influencer box.
Yeah. You
Man,
could probably sell it for a couple of thousand
Yeah.
at least.
You would be
But
ashamed.
you know
if
how
you
much I
knew-
paid? You know how much I paid for it?
None. They sent it to you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
I put my, and this sounds bad, but I did it for a reason. I had it out for a while, and it had already kind of got faded in your
In the
basement.
light?
Yeah.
yeah.
So it is actually in a black trash
Oh.
bag, sealed up. So I had everything put in it. It was sitting out for the longest time, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is gonna get tore up. Something's gonna happen. So I put it I wrapped it all up in a black trash bag, and it's in a dark section
I'll tell you
of
what,
the
that
basement.
would be a good show and tell, like 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Put that trash bag out.
So it's
and-
got the little brick built figures in it too.
Yes.
Yes.
And they had the wooden pieces that like you could
Yeah,
take
that
pictures.
stuff's got it. I mean,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good kit.
Yeah.
man, what was I thinking?
I don't know. I'm glad you were thinking it though.
All right, so you just got to come up with some increments that are.
Because
like
I know there's going to be people that have paid, like y'all were thinking small, but there's going to be people that have paid that $50 to $100 range and 100 and up
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll come up with something, and then we'll get up to
Okay.
the high ranges.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not buying no $3,000. That is Mr. Gold.
Well,
What is
Yeah,
that would
Mr.
be
Gold.
that would be the one for me. I need the Iron Man Comic Con, which is as pricey as Mr. Gold, and
Yeah.
it'll never see the light of day in this house.
Right.
You know what's crazy is like some of those early Comic Cons. I just remember when you could get them for several hundred,
Mhm.
like, and it was I didn't pay that much for a minifigure. Now they're going for several thousand.
I need to look and see. I have something that I don't know if it's Comic-Con or not, but it was something associated with it. It's a Batman and a Joker in a black box, and had a window in it. It's sitting over there somewhere, probably next to a Batman or something that's worth a bunch of money.
It's probably is it a brickhead?
No. They're minifigures. I'll see if I can find it. If you let's see.
You
I don't know
know,
how to find
for-
it.
What's the
We
most
have
you
a
ever
lot-
paid for a Lego piece?
oh well, for me, it's not going to be. It's nowhere near you guys.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever paid more than $5 or $6.
Well, you've never bought monorail track.
Right, yeah.
No.
My,
I started to one time. I bought a lot off eBay, and it had monorail track and a monorail motor. And I thought I was going to try to piece together a monorail, and then I started looking at it. I was like, so it sat in a box forever, and then I just decided to sell it back on eBay.
Yeah.
oh crap! I might need to dig this out and find it. Here, let me show you real quick. I have this somewhere in the house. Present screen.
Uh-oh.
You found it online?
I found it online.
It's in
Yeah,
a box.
it may be a box in a box somewhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 2008 Comic-Con. You have that?
Where did you get that from?
You got to be kidding.
Hang on, let me see if I can see it.
I'm surprised it's not worth more.
Yeah,
It must
well,
be, the figures must not be exclusive.
That's what I'm wondering. It's got to be the box. Let me see if I can see it because I think it's just sitting right here. If it's not right here, then it's probably
I'm rolling my mouse over your.
That's why
I do that every time you show.
Well, my wife, every time I give her my laptop, she puts her finger on the screen like it's a touch screen.
Yeah.
It's not sitting here, so I put it in a box somewhere. What am I needing to blur?
Con. I want to see what the figures. I can look.
Here, I got it. Pull them up.
Too many figures.
Yep. So it's BAT 002 and BAT 005.
Those are early numbers.
But see, look,
they're common minifigures. Wow.
Is it a sealed case where you
What about
can't get the pigs out of that case?
No. Man, I wish I knew where it was.
What year is that Comic Con?
2008.
2008, yeah. Let me look at it, see, because it should be in my brick set. Comic-Con, there it is. Comic-Con number 3. There it says I own it. One Ace. Where's it at? It's in PT13. So now I know where to go get it. See, mint and sealed box, PT03.
So can you see those? Is that the sealed box right there, or is that?
That's it right there. Box? Yeah, that's the box.
Okay.
Here's the scary thing. That PI 1218, that number right there. It's that what that means is personal inventory December 18th, December 2018. So that's the last time I had my hands on it. I need to get it out. PT13. I need to go find that. Have I done a video on that lately?
Nope.
A box in a box.
Box in a box. PT.
Well, that box in a box series has come in handy for me.
Yeah, but you got yourself buried the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, and I got to go back in again.
Like when you said something was at P2, and you're like, oh, geez.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the bottom. Yeah.
Get us some quote or some comments.
All right.
Community comments.
We actually have quite a few.
Yeah, considering it's not even been a whole week.
I know. I tell you, we're getting popular, guys. We're getting popular.
Okay,
so Jason Brixton 5, our good buddy, says, so we have moved on from a travel and food podcast to one focused on retirement and estate planning.
Yeah.
Jabbo, Alex, and I don't have access. I know when the podcast goes live, as I usually get a pop-up around 11 p.m. my time, and I have to decide if I'm going to watch it or go to bed. I think you should stay up and watch it, Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, you work from home anyway, don't you? So
I don't think Jason does. Hey, Alex does have a accent. It's Will Shatner.
Yeah. Space.
I think it's Donald Trump doing William Shatner.
Yeah.
And we'll never move on from a food podcast. Sweet tarts. Just keep throwing out Pringles. Just keep
apples, bananas.
So speaking of Alex, actually, I think his comments are out. Okay, so the first one, he says, Jabbo is right. The box opening of Lego land sets will likely do better than any of the reviews I do on them. With so many YouTubers jumping on rumors, leaked images, reviews are just the images and bigger land channels. My reviews are usually old news when they come out. It's extremely competitive. I guess it's a good thing I have a day job.
Yeah.
Regardless, I still love reviewing sets and making videos, but best of all, I love connecting with the other AFoOLs as well as the AFoOLs. Yeah,
so
I did like that box opening.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex can always rest on, I got a job, so I don't have to stress over it.
That's right.
Where everybody else has got to rush and get it. And,
that's right.
And do it. And it's like, I can enjoy the hobby and do it when I feel like doing it.
He also wants to mention that Mindy and I listened to the podcast on our road trip to southern Utah. I honestly think she enjoys your podcast more than I do. I can't say the same for our boys, but at
Oh,
least now
no.
they are a little more cultured.
I don't know about that.
Mindy won the build off, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Yeah.
That's because we
Yeah.
bring all the trains.
Speaking
the
of
train.
Mindy, my Linda Noons. I think that's Mindy.
It is, yes.
Melinda. Yeah, Melinda. My Lindy.
My
Melinda.
Linda. My Lindy. Yeah.
We enjoyed listening to this episode on our way to Moab.
Moab.
Where is that? Moab.
In Utah.
That's like the moobs on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
They talked about that in an episode about all the places and cities that nobody can pronounce.
Yep.
I couldn't stop giggling at the AFoOL's comment. Jason and Alex don't have fun accents. Jason likes to talk with his hands. Alex likes to lean back and smugly cross his arms on occasion.
Yeah.
He's always like, I can't do it because I don't have the camera angle. He's always on the. You'll see.
Yeah. Don't give it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Dude Jude. Hey Joey, Earl, and Jabbo, Hoosier, Haley, and Bricks for Chris, and a bunch of us did Brick Universe Nashville in 23. It was fun, and most of us are going back this year, but it is in May this year. So that's what we were talking about. Trying
Brick
to figure
Universe.
out what that was.
Okay.
Brick Universe.
Brick Universe. I think I've seen a few videos from that old guy, new shirt guy before. I see the AFoOL podcast in my feed on Thursday sometimes, but I wait and watch it on Saturday mornings. Up the good work. Thank you.
Thanks, dude, Jude. I'll have to look. I've actually visited. It wasn't all of them. Hoosier was there. Tom was there at that Brick Universe. Me and Heather went to that one time. It's not a bad show. It's just not a convention, right? It's more of an expo. But there's a lug. There's a lug there somewhere that kind of populates that one. So it's pretty cool.
Gears and Bricks says, I've been watching and listening to this 10-hour podcast for the past 6 hours, and I'm only 40 minutes in. It's a good show thus far. Chris Cummings, for me, keeping a set unbuilt or building it, then putting it away in a box with others that I purchased around that time equals nostalgia. I had all of my toy boxes until I was a teenager. I cleaned out my closet and didn't understand what I was losing because I saw it practically every day. I had a large number of garage sale toys up until I was about 8 years old. So there were no boxes with those toys, mostly Fisher Price Town and People sets in the Richard Scarry Puzzle Town.
Richard Scarry.
What that is. I used to have this I thought it was Fisher Price, but it wasn't that. I could never remember what it was when I was a kid to look it up and see what it is.
I had Weeble Wobbles.
Yeah, Weebles.
This was like the thing. It was like, I'll never forget. It was like the police cop was a dog, and he was dressed up in a police uniform, and he sat on a motorbike, and then the houses were like cardboard. They were kind of like hard, stiff cardboard, and you'd stack them up and built a house out of them. You built the city out of it or whatever. I wonder if that was Puzzle Town.
So, are there any like toys that you remember either wanting or that you had or you forgot you had?
Capsella.
I
Remember
always
those?
Oh, that one.
I always wanted the racetrack that went on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Cliffhangers.
Capsella was the balls, the clear balls that had gears, motors. I think some had lights, and you could stick them together. They all had little connectors in each one. Guess what? It's like Lego, except you could build robots and different. Look it up. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
Capsella.
So, I don't know what year this was, but I had to be really little. But there'd be these commercials for the putt-putt train.
Putt-putt train.
It'd be like down by the station early in the morning.
Yeah.
Wind a little putt-putt train and watch it go. That type of thing. That it just like resonated with me as a kid. Never had one. And then when I look at them on eBay, I'm like,
Still don't want one.
Yeah.
Is
But I
that
wanted it as a kid.
Did you
Is-
ever have? I think we've talked about this before. Did you have any toys that when you were a kid you played with, and now you're just? I had the Radio Shack box with all the springs that you would connect the
Oh,
wires.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you would make this circuit, and it wouldn't do anything.
Oh.
And then there was one you would make, and it would make the light come on, and it would, if you read about it, I guess you read what the circuit was, and you connect all these wires, and then you were like, now what?
right. Yeah.
So I had that, and I took it apart because I was going to use the parts, and I had in my mind I was going to have this electronics collection. Like I'd built all the different kits. I think I had mine was 50 in one, so it had 50 different things you could build. And I had these things in a drawer container. It's a metal one instead of plastic, but it's got plastic drawers. It's in my Bricklink store now. But I broke down after, when were the 80s?
When were the 80s?
So I had all this stuff in this container since the 80s, and I have not used them. And I was like, I threw away stuff. So some of the it was some of the parts to that 50 in one kit. I actually liked it.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I got one. I got the updated one.
Yeah, you connect all the circuit. You connect the circuit, and you were just following a schematic. And then when you got done with it, it really did nothing.
Well, it turn a light on when you push
the light on. Yeah,
unless you had the light bulb. But some of them didn't connect to the light bulb, so it was
no. One of the things you built on there was a radio.
Radio,
yeah. It had a crystal, and it had the coil thing, and you could actually pick up some powerful AM radio stations.
And for you youngins at home, we got those at Radio Shack, where you had to give your phone number to get a pack of batteries.
I was going to say the battery club. Yeah.
Even more than Lego, as a kid, my dream was Radio Shack. Yeah. I was like, if they just put a Radio Shack in my town where I can walk to it, because we had to. I could only go to the one at the mall if my family went. But yeah, when we go to the mall, I was at Radio Shack.
Yeah, you go to the back of the store and they just had walls and walls of
parts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had my. I wouldn't
use any of them.
I don't have pictures, but in 7th grade, I took my 2 Technic sets that I owned, and I took my electronics, and I used one of the books that I bought at Radio Shack that showed the different circuits you can make, and I made a little circuit and I used it to start my dominoes. And when the dominoes came around, the last domino hit the thing. So what it was like red light, green light. It's like the light would go green. You push a button, the light goes green, it knocks the dominoes down, and then the last domino hits it, and the light goes red. That was my thing that I made in 7th grade. And I don't have any pictures of it.
Well, maybe you should redo it.
I think I threw the parts away. I may have the circuit board that it was on still. So yeah. There's a picture in the yearbook, but it's just of the dominoes.
Oh,
it's not of the Lego part of it.
Right.
I was like, if I just had a picture.
Yeah. So Pasta Jensen at the hour 25 mark. Personally, I've only seen 2 and 4 ring binders. This is 3 weeks in a row.
When we talk about it, this episode will lead to comments for next week.
With 2 being more common in homes and 4 in the industry. Can also note that I'm very happy that my brother-in-law, or I assume it was his mother, put all the instructions in plastic sheet holders.
Yes. Yeah. Good job, Mom.
Yep.
What's the most you ever paid for an instruction?
Oh.
That would have been.
I think I paid $6 for an instruction book.
$6?
No, I think I was. There was I think I paid like $100 for one.
Which one?
It would have been one of these train sets sitting up here. The 726, or what's the other one sitting there? I don't know which one it was, but one of them I didn't have the instructions and I paid up. So
yeah, I've paid over 100.
Yeah, it's easy to do on paperwork, boxes and instructions.
Yeah.
That stuff deteriorated.
Brian at Battery Powered Bricks. I haven't been able to
Who's
figure
that?
out. It's more power.
More power.
I haven't been able to figure out a timeline for the 9-volt wire material. Most of mine came from Lego Dacta sets. Like Jabo said, they had a very long production run. The rubber insulation that flakes off seems to be the most common. A lot of times I prefer fixing wires since I can make them in any length.
Yeah.
But I like the plastic insulation for completing the Dacta sets. Huh. I didn't realize that.
I'm just glad I know Brian, because one day he's going to be this big YouTuber.
I don't know. His channel just keeps
content.
Yeah, he just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah.
U. O'Brien. Patrick Durham is the builder's name, Jabo. I think he's also a member of the Tennessee Valley Lego Club. I've seen some of his stuff at showing they do independently.
Yeah, that's the guy that came as the brick artist instead of the Lego master.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sin Killer Tachikawa. Here in Japan, 2-ring binders seem quite common. While browsing Dazio, which is a dollar store, I had a good laugh given the recent episode. Fivertan gal. We know her.
Yes, we do.
Jabo, aka the old guy. I like the shirt.
What was I wearing?
I don't know. I don't know, but next week's going to be good because they skipped you this week. So next week we're expecting a double dose, but that'll be before this one. So hopefully we got the double dose. And they can recap it. So then when we talk about it, they've already done it.
Oh, this.
Oh.
We talk about the timing of things. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I did. I mean, they're that last one with the sponsorship.
You mean the one you sponsored?
Yeah, the one I sponsored.
That was great.
That was awesome.
That was great.
They even had your hair mussed when you said
Uh-huh.
I comb my hair.
I would have combed my hair and like. And I like the one, like sometimes tight fitting. He had the tank top.
Yeah,
and it was like, I don't know if he saw 2021, but it's like, I don't want to have to wear the tank tops this year. I wore 2 tank tops at least.
One of them was the basketball jersey, wasn't it?
Oh, actually, no, I wore 2 basketball jerseys.
One of them was your Six Flags jersey. From maybe it was a softball.
Oh, I'll say, but yeah. Okay, I was thinking of the Hawks jerseys, but there's also the sports.
You said, "Okay, I'm gonna go. I gotta cut myself."
It's so tight. Oh my.
She says, "Earl, the way you say Sin Killer Tachikawa, same excited voice fluctuation every time cracks me up."
You say it even though he doesn't put the whole thing.
I know, because I wondered where he had explained to me he shortened his name.
Yep.
Joey, it's okay to plan ahead. I've already told Jason he needs to inventory his entire collection, built and unbuilt, so that some valuable, but probably not rare, set does not get sold for pennies on the dollar at a yard or estate sale, or worse, sent to the thrift store or the garbage heap. Or as we've just found out, Tanya, sent to Bricks and Minifigs.
Yeah. You just gotta watch for Alex sitting out in the parking lot. Hey, kid, what do you got in your box?
Yeah, that would be funny, wouldn't it? If Alex was just hovering around waiting for Tanya to come outside. Hey, let me buy those from you. Let me get them. Let me get them.
Yeah. There's the video that they ought to do.
Yeah, they should do a
Alex
spoof on
running
that.
around the Yes.
They should do.
He's just waiting outside and stopping people before they go in.
Yeah.
Brian, Battery Powered Bricks says, yeah, Dana's baby space micro builds are amazing. I followed the progress on Instagram and on Chris's show. Fazoom is probably the Lego builder I followed the longest after hearing his interview with Beyond the Brick back when it was an audio-only podcast in 2012. It wasn't long after that they changed their name from A Look at Lego. A cease and desist waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Kevin told him to change it. Yep.
Gears and Bricks, there is a 2L bar, but it has a middle stop. It is a hollow similar to a 3mm flex hose, but it is solid and rigid. And
Flex hose. I could just use flex hose.
You could.
Uh-oh.
But it's got the hole. I don't want the hole.
You don't want the hole, yeah.
Yeah. There are no straight bars that short without a middle stop that I know about. However, there is a 2L 3mm flex hose in black, blue, dark gray, and light bluish gray.
What's the middle stop?
He's got the part number there for you if you want it.
Here, I got it pulled up.
Yeah.
75C02.
Well, I don't know if that's what I pulled
No,
up.
not the hose. That's the hose. Oh, that. Did I make that in red?
Looks hang on.
Okay, that might work.
Pennies on the part, 4 cents.
But it's got a hole on the end of it.
It does have a hole on the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the other bars don't have the hole.
No.
It said it's this hose is flexible somewhat. It might not be a good solution for someone, and as an axle used with hollow and open studs, there might be an aesthetic because it's being hollow flex tubing. And then there are 1L bars with toe balls, clips, and other features.
Yeah.
But as far as a true straight uninterrupted 2L bar, I think the 75C02 is the only option. Save cutting a pair with a razor. Well, you could get a 3L bar.
I would just buy a long. You're talking about cut a bar?
Yeah, you could get the 3L, and after Joey uses Jason's scalpel to cut that corner for his bus mock, he could ship it to you, and you could use it to cut that to shorten that bar.
Yeah.
Man, the way he whips that scalpel around, he's like,
he scares me. He scares me. Yep. I am not going to admit to the fact that I may have or may not have cut a few Technic axles down.
I don't know why that is so offensive to people.
Yeah, I mean, some people.
Like you got people that do arts and crafts. They have scissors. They cut stuff all the time.
Yep.
Pasta Jensen at the 2-hour and 6-minute mark. My daughter especially loved taking the hands off the minifigs.
Yeah.
I was very happy about it. Pretty sure I did not do that as a child. I didn't either. I've said this a few times. I don't understand where that comes from. Beats, Breaks, and Bricks. As a classic space fan that tries not to buy as much as I could, Galaxy Explorer aside, every set I want is a gift with purchase. Yep. So now you got to figure out what to buy to get that gift with purchase.
Yep.
Well, hopefully you did figure out what to buy 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
At the hour, AFoOL champ, at the hour and 34-minute mark, I only sell on BrickOwl, not Bricklink. And
What?
I'm still watching despite not eating most of those name brand snacks too. Well, there you go. There's our BrickOwl person we were asking for. So
Yep.
Where's his store?
Yeah, he's AFoOL champ.
AFoOL champ on BrickOwl. If I can remember how to get back into BrickOwl, look it up.
But he didn't give us any. We were asking about. Tell us if you sell on BrickOwl. Tell us. What did we ask?
If it was if the inventory is the same as Bricklink was what we were talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, we just didn't believe anybody sold on BrickOwl by themselves.
I thought everybody just was bringing their Bricklink inventory over to BrickOwl.
Gears and Bricks. Wait a minute. So that's what that thing is. Okay, so my employer hasn't thrown away a single bit of equipment or useful material for more than 77 years. We have engineering books and references from the 1910s and the 1920s that are not only readable, I have found them applicable.
Yeah.
But I'm getting off topic. Some of our engineering equipment is almost surplus from the 30s and later, including some 2-hole punch machines. I've
Wow.
even used them for hole punching some pages when our 3-hole punches were temporarily misplaced by someone. I should have connected the dots, but at least I know for sure what they are. For the record and for laughs, I'd like to mention that we also have an old hydraulic-powered single-hole punch machine that can be cut certainly through 4 inches of material, whether or not it is paper. I've never seen it fired up, but it's still in the corner, hooked up to a pump and meter.
Yikes.
When a sink was installed next to it, the machine was slid over and the worker simply routed the water from the pump on the wall. I imagine they changed the pressure, but the meter still reads 3 to 4 bars. That's about 50 psi. Wow, you talk about a squirrel moment. No idea whose idea it was to jerry rig a 500 psi pump to deliver a tenth of its power, split between an unused hole punch and a sink usually made to wash dishes. Those are engineers.
I just play with my shark.
Yeah. So, yeah. Have you ever used a drill to drill holes when it's in a big stack of paper?
No.
Oh no.
It works pretty good. Gears and bricks. This is interesting at the 53-minute mark. Jabo is telling about the subject that I was going to discuss in my next video. What a coincidence. Like Mark Staffa, I also drive for a couple hours across the Metroplex, usually to a lug meeting. Put my mock and packing skills to the test.
Oh, we were talking about the guys
I built the train, drove 4 hours to a show, opened the box, and wondered if I packed the wrong box because it was just a box full of shards and bits. Then it dawned on me that was the train.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. We had the guy. I remember the guy at Brick World the one year, second year we went or something. He had a box truck and a big castle display. And he in the box truck, he had he bought it used, I guess, or whatever. But he built shelves and had all the castle stuff sitting on the shelves, right? It had a lip so they wouldn't go whatever you want to say, north to south or whatever. But when he hit the brakes, it went east.
Oh.
And all slid on top of each other.
And he didn't think about that?
Well, he got cut off, he said, or something happened. Somehow there was a brake check or whatever. But just under normal circumstances, they were milled and they were it didn't take the sudden brake check. So I spent a couple hours helping him scoop parts out. Now he spent the whole weekend rebuilding.
Kale Jones, it's funny that a lot of Bricklink designer sets are castle and trains, yet Lego refuses to make more castle and trains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll take exception to something Alex said. He said they make a new train set every 2 or 3 years. I think it's every 4 years.
I was about to say, isn't it every 4 years?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that they have so they've had the green passenger train, which I haven't bought yet. I'm trying to convince Joey to let me buy him 2 of them. There's that cargo train, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But at Target,
I've not built it yet.
I've not either. But at Target they still have. I think they still have the blue passenger train.
The blue and yellow one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
we always keep saying we always want more trains. We always want more trains and stuff. And Lego has never not had trains or track available. Not for a long time.
1979.
Was that when?
That's the only year I don't think they made something new.
The only problem is that they only sell for a long period of time.
Well, that's what I was going to say. They're not going to make anything new for the next year or so or two, whatever it is. Those 2 sets are going to be there for a while, but they're still there.
Yeah,
right? You could still.
It's like the '80s. There was a lot of great sets, but there really weren't a lot of great. I mean, they just were for sale for a long time.
Yeah,
I wonder how many. I wonder how those trains sell. I mean, you always see them on the shelves, but are they selling and getting restocked? Are they selling off the website, or are they just?
I see a lot of them on YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I see. I think train sets like that are one of those things they sell great around the holiday. Oh, it's Lego. Oh, it's train. it's a one and done for
Yeah, and that's
grandma
why.
to get or mom to get or something.
And I think that's why we don't get what we want is
Right.
because I don't need a complete set. I don't need the track and all that. I'd like to get individual cars. What was that? But
Other than getting individual cars, I mean, we still, we got the Crocodile, we got the new, I keep wanting to call it the Polar Express, but it's the other Express. Orient Express, yeah. And these are both really nice trains.
Yeah,
and
they are.
And if you guys got to admit it, if they came out with a $300 train every year, we'd be griping about it.
Yes, that's a very good point.
We'd be griping about it.
Yeah. Because I'm still haven't bought the Orient Express because I'm griping about the price tag.
Well, yeah. I still like it though. I'm not regretting getting it.
I'm hoping that it's in this year's end of the year markdown.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be this year's Black Panther.
I doubt it, but you could hope.
Yeah, I doubt it too. This guy named BrickTsar said this seems like it was only yesterday. Biggie John, when you cancel a shipping label, you don't get the refund for 30 days because they are waiting to see if it's used. Since it was used, it won't cancel.
That makes sense.
Yep. Thorrock Videos. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Thorrock. Every time I see that, I think it's Ragnarok. Canceling on Bricklink is the worst thing ever. I'm a pro seller and I still end up just refunding instead of going through the process of canceling. I still don't get how am I supposed to launch a cancellation from my side. I looked. I couldn't figure it out. But since he paid, I picked the order and shipped it.
Well, that's the thing. It's one thing to cancel an order, but once it's paid,
right,
that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And those are one of those things. It should be rare. So that's why we never know how to do certain things.
Mayo says, "Is this a Bricklink tech support? You should get people to call in and ask you their questions. BrickTsar being a sourpuss about the Bricklink's designer program is a meme at this point."
What are you calling me?
Sour.
Oh wait, let's see. Has the other stuff sold out yet?
That it's calling your name, the general store.
Oh yeah,
come get me, Joey.
No, it's not.
Let me look. I like how they've made it where the novice to Bricklink cannot ever find it now.
Yes,
so these things are not going to sell out because you go to nobody knows how to find them.
They're not on the homepage anymore. You gotta.
Yeah, I'm still struggling. Where is
the Parisian has not budged. The general store has moved a little bit. It's on if you go to programs.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. I'm pull up here.
It's got 6 days left. So by the time this airs, by the time our episode airs, it'll be over.
Just go ahead and get it, Joey.
There you go. So that Parisian Street has not moved in 2 weeks.
No.
But if you scroll down the general store, it's got a little more orange now. So it's creeping up there.
Yep.
So just all you people that went to get the castle, the one that's going to be the rarest is going to be Parisian Street.
We want you to bookmark this. It is February 21st, 2024. And in February of 2026, the most expensive one to get on the secondary market is going to be that Parisian Street.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
Yes. Yep. And there's why right there.
Oh, just don't turn it around. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, if you were building, think about it this way: if you were building your city, and you had a train track, and if you put that behind the train track against the wall,
yeah, it'd work.
So then it would be a nice facade, right?
Then you miss all the play features.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's what anybody plays with it anyway. People they fuss about the interior on.
And then they build it and they never open it again.
Whoever opens it, yeah.
Right. Oh,
So one guy, one of the mocks at Atlanta Brick Con, the guy had the Infomaniac inside the building. It was in a. I was looking at the mock, and another guy was there, not the guy who built it. He said, "Look, he's even got the Infomaniac in there." So I commented about it, and he's like, "Man, you noticed that I had the Infomaniac? No, everybody's been messing that." I'm like, "Yeah, I missed it too."
Pasta Jensen, I pre-ordered the train shed and the snack shack. A week later, I got a mail from my bank that they are replacing my credit card from Visa to MasterCard. Wonder how that will go when the summer.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
Good luck. Well, supposedly they fixed that to where it's kind of they'll call you in, just like if you had a regular Lego pre-order. You know, when it comes time to pay,
right.
they'll send you an email and you'll have to contact them and give them a correct form of payment. Gears and Bricks says at the 29-minute mark, ultimate sigh. I don't know what we were talking about. And at the 32-minute mark, FOMO and Kings of what?
I don't know what we're talking about. But
Yep, we'd have to hit that timestamp.
yeah.
Pasta Jensen at the hour 55. My ears are bleeding.
I listened to that one too, but I can't remember what it was because I thought, why was he bleeding? But I forgot now. I did actually go look. Sorry, you guys are going to put more than just a timestamp.
Oh, I got
the
to
timestamp may have been when he.
I gotta watch the ad before I can hit the timestamp.
Oh, sorry. It's.
Is he watching a video?
Well, I was trying to
watching
get
us.
the timestamp was, but it didn't. I didn't.
So we need to do a video of us watching the breaking news, watching a video of us watching a video of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we're just gonna become react channels of each other.
All right.
Just be like infinite.
So after the comments, we do our video counter updates. Let me get.
Oh
to that. It's still the bracket finale, 169.
Yeah.
Now, if any of you remember what we said last week, where the count was, put it in
That's
the
the
comments.
thing. I never remember what it was. It could be exactly the same.
because I don't know if it's growing or not. If it's the same. Still the space train at number 2 at 147. Brian's at 138. Alex is at 134. And then we've got 2 more that are approaching 100. We need to get those 2 over 100.
The older we get, the older we get.
It's Lego addicting.
I'm surprised that one is not doing more because it's a little clickbaity. How many do we have that are now over 20,000 views, 10,000 views?
Okay, let's see.
Oh my goodness, it's a bunch. It's more than 30.
Bunch.
That's crazy.
More than 30.
It's got to be the Pringles and the was it Sweet Tarts? Is that
Sweet Tarts?
Is that what we talked about a lot for one video?
I don't know.
11
Is
Sweet Tarts
Kelsey and Taylor still dating? Has that got anything to do with it?
Yes, they are. By the way.
Oh, okay.
Travis Kelsey had to move because everybody was trying to find Taylor Swift at his house.
Oh, that's gonna go up in flames eventually.
You know, I wonder if we should revisit some of these, like the Fort Legorado hat. Did you ever go back and try to search for that again?
Oh, I have a search just for that.
For
I've never, nope.
Still nothing?
No, and I don't even have a badge. I should probably go ahead and pick up a badge before they get out of control. They're probably already out of control. So I don't know. Well, are we ready to get out of here?
But I'm having so much fun.
I know. We're not really ready to get out of here, but
I got to get up and
you got to get up in
4 hours.
So thanks for watching another Bricky News, and now a word from today's fun. Oh wait, wrong show.
It's like you've been practicing that.
You know what? You didn't hit one time. You didn't hit the button.
Oh, I didn't. I should.
I don't like Lego.
Oh, the
Wait a
other
minute.
guy.
But
That's the wrong one.
I'm imitating him.
Yeah, that's the other guy.
The other guy. Oh.
I love Lego.
Well, if you love Lego, you can watch this show or Breaking News. We both are shows that love Lego, and we talk about it even when we rant. We need more rants. We didn't have
Yeah,
enough
dude.
rants this
No
episode.
rants.
So,
No.
yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to BrickTrains and follow us. Get those other 2 episodes up to 100,000 so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
And if you know why those are getting so many views, well, we'd like to know too. But we'll be back in 2 weeks with another one of these. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
And